They seem like genuinely decent people. That's something else I love about these guys, is that they seem like just genuinely decent human beings. I really respect them hugely after watching that. Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel, Brick K-Pop Reacts, and today we are doing BTS once again as I continue my BTS journey. If you are new here, hello. A few weeks ago I dived down this rabbit hole of BTS. I decided to basically do every single MV in order to get into this awesome group and hopefully become an army. That journey has of course started. We are a few episodes in, so please check those out. I also did a reaction to Dynamite when that came out. And last week we did a guide. Now this week, so basically I dropped that guide last week and absolutely loved finding out more about the boys and all that. But a lot of people in the comments were basically suggesting this other guide by xCeleste. Apparently it is kind of a recent go-to guide that people suggest, that a lot of armies are suggesting at the minute. And because of the volume of requests for it I've had, I kind of thought, you know what, while we're doing guides, while we're on this little train, I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to go for it, because I figured if I leave it too long now, I'll get back into the MVs and I won't go back to it. So I thought, while we're here, let's just fucking do this guide. So that's the plan today. We are going to do Celeste's guide, which is called, let me remind myself, this is BTS, Introduction to BTS Part 1, which I assume means that there's going to be Part 2, which I'll also check out when that drops. But we are checking out Part 1 today. If, of course, you enjoy this reaction, as always, drop us a like, drop us a comment, and, of course, subscribe to my lovely self. Join the Brick K-Pop Reacts family. That would be incredible. But with all that being said, guys, we're going to get straight into this thing. Let's do this! So this is BTS. That sounds a bit weird, doesn't it? This is BTS. Introduction to BTS Part 1 by xCeleste, xCeleste, who apparently has a history of releasing a lot of awesome BTS content, which I'm sure I'll check more out of in the future. But we are going to do this one today. As I say, it is Part 1. It came out less than a month ago, which is awesome. So it is very recent, which I appreciate. So let's do it. BTS.
How many of you have heard of BTS?
No, never.
Who is BTS and why are they so popular? BTS is a 7-member group from South Korea. While the words boy band are often associated with the image of screaming teen girls, that is far from reality. First, there's nothing wrong with being a young person showing love for something you
Absolutely.
enjoy. But
or a 31-year-old man, for that matter. Damn right I'm going to show appreciation for what I enjoy.
what if I told you about 24% are in their 20s, 28% are in their 30s,
Woo.
and 21% are in their 40s? Take a closer look at this age and gender demographic for BTS's 2020 Map of the Soul ticket sales. Females ages 25 and up made 46% of web traffic, and 31% were males. BTS's fans, named ARMY, will often tell you BTS is not your typical boy band. And why? To get a better understanding, let us go back to the beginning. BTS was created by Big Hit Entertainment, whose mission statement is music and artist for healing. The company, and namely their CEO, Bang Si-hyuk, wanted BTS to be sincere and genuine figures that people could easily relate to and grow with. Not immaculate idols groomed amid studio culture, but real boys who shared their authentic personalities and talents.
I love that idea.
Which is why BTS stands for 방탄소년단.
That's what it stands for.
Boy Scout.
I think it was Bangtan, but I didn't know the last bit. Sonyeondan. Bulletproof Boy Scouts. Yeah, I know it was Bulletproof. I heard about it. Someone told me in the comments about that. Bulletproof Boy Scouts. I like that.
To be resistant to bullets, so it means to block out stereotypes, criticisms, and expectations that are aimed at adolescents like bullets, to preserve the value and ideals of today's adolescents. In 2017,
I love the message behind the
rebranded
script.
their name
It's so
and
good.
logo representing their growth and maturity, extending the meaning to beyond the scene. The new door-inspired logo symbolizes youth who don't settle for their current reality and instead open the door and go forward to achieve growth. BTS debuted on June 12, 2013 with 7 members: RM, Jin, Suga, J-Hope, Jimin, V, and Jungkook. All 7 members.
I'm starting to get a handle, like, because I watched that guide last week, I'm starting to get a handle on the members a bit more now. Like, I still struggle with names to faces with some of them, but certainly I know all the names now. I'm comfortable with the names. But it's just, some I recognise the faces for, some I don't.
Came from different parts of
I'll get
Korea.
there.
So at first, living together in a small apartment was a challenge. Their CEO, Bang Si-hyo, created a method for the boys whenever they got into an argument.
일단 싸워도 된다. 싸움을 두려워하기 때문에 갈등이 커지는 거다라고 가르치고요. 그다음에 마지막으로는 단 해결은 7이 같이 하는 거다. 싸움은 둘이 해도 해결은 7명이 같이 해라. 하기 너무 창피한 걸로 싸움을 해도 결국은 같이 와서 저희가 이런 문제를 갖고 둘이 싸웠는데 이렇게 해서 이렇게 해결했습니다라고 얘기를 하고 그런 부분들이 이 팀의 친화력을 혹은 시너지를 강하게 만들고 있지 않나 이렇게 생각합니다.
Over the years, the boys have come to love each other despite their difference in personalities, to the point where they'd feel incomplete with one member missing. They became each other's strength.
I can imagine that, yeah, the bond must be huge in a group like this.
내 머릿속에는 제 멤버들이 있어야 뭔가 자연스러운 그러니까 뭔가 내 핸드폰이나 지갑처럼 없으면 불안한 그런 것들이 있잖아요.
Oh, bless, that's cute, isn't it?
그냥 소중하다 못해 없으면 안 될 사람들이긴 하죠. 그냥 넘어져도 저 혼자 일어나는 게 아니라.
I guess you would, wouldn't you? You'd naturally develop that close bond, I think. If you're in that situation, like, obviously you spend all your time together and all that anyway, but also, like, you're with people that also understand your position, I guess, and your life and stuff, and they're kind of in the same boat as you, so you naturally, it's easy to understand each other, I guess, understand where each other's feelings are coming from in a way. So I can completely understand how they can develop such a close bond, not even just from spending all the time together, but
그냥 같이 일어난 거니까.
좀 생각을 해보면 이런 7명이 어떻게 모였을까라는 생각이 들어요.
yeah, because you're constantly going to have to support each other through difficult times and through stressful times and stuff. Because there's going to be a lot of stress within this
되게 유치하지만
this whole business.
운명이었던 거예요.
Their climb to the top may seem sudden to those who didn't follow their journey, but it was far from a walk in the park. BTS's company, Big Hit Entertainment, started off small and faced numerous hardships,
Oh wow.
even coming close to bankruptcy. Since Big Hit wasn't a large company at that time, it lacked the resources for promoting BTS. Even getting the chance to debut was a fluke. Their debut performance opportunity came about because a music show needed a
So weird to think about, man. It's so weird to think that
even after they debuted,
they could so easily just not have had that opportunity and never become
on air. Their screen time was
what
very
they are now.
short, since Big Hit didn't have the power or influence bigger companies had over broadcasts. Since
So
they
weird
were
to think
often
that
not
could have
invited to
happened.
a lot of big variety shows, the company found their own way to communicate with their audience through platforms such as YouTube. By vlogging their journey, they allowed us to discover their personalities. They also created their own variety shows.
See, that's
and
awesome. I
offered
love the
live
fact that,
streaming.
and this is the thing, it's weird, like I was saying in the last guide reaction, like it's weird to think that at one point BTS were this kind of small group that didn't really have much of a chance because of, like she's saying, the kind of labels influence and all that. They didn't necessarily have much of a chance at first. They were a bit of an underdog, and yet it's weird to think of that now because of how big they are now. But they deserve it, and this is what it makes you realise how much they deserve that success, because they have had to fight through to get there.
2 years of hard work and not knowing where they'd end up, they finally won their first music show award. Yet, as they grew in popularity, they were falsely accused of sajeki, which is when a company buys their own artist albums to boost sales for the charts. That's because people couldn't believe a group from a small company was selling well, ignoring the fact that a small company wouldn't have the resources to pull off such a scam. These were just a few of their hardships and struggles. I created a separate video highlighting their past hardships.
That could be a good one to watch at some point.
Throughout the years, BTS were able to reach impressive milestones while continuing to sing in Korean. They shattered cultural language barriers with music and attracted an international audience. They grew organically by staying true to themselves while building a genuine connection with their fans.
That's what I think
around the
special
world.
about them.
During an era where streaming numbers
That's
have
what I
gone
think special about them, the fact that they build this connection. Like she was saying earlier, with everything they do. And obviously a lot of groups do that now, you know, with the vlogs and all that kind of stuff, and find ways to connect with the fans and let fans know this is who I am and all that sort of stuff. But it seems like BTS are really a pioneer for that, and they are a group that really understand how to connect with their fans, and they've got that strong bond, which is why I think, you know, armies and everything are so passionate about BTS, is because of that connection, which I really love.
Up and traditional album sales have gone down, BTS has become an industry anomaly. Their latest album, Map of the Soul,
Yeah, that was huge, wasn't it?
released February 21, 2020, is the best-selling physical album of the year, and they sold over 500,000 copies in just the United States alone.
Blimey.
The biggest kicker? Well, BTS did this without a single bundle. And what does bundle mean? Artists would bundle merchandise or concert tickets with the album's sales. For example, a copy of an artist's album, digital or physical, would be included in every t-shirt sale or ticket sold for their concert. These sales would count towards charting numbers and become an industry-wide
Folklore.
tactic in the US to help boost sales.
It's a great album. I
figures
did a reaction on
and
it.
in fact climb up the Billboard charts. In a 2019 New York Times article, they said about half the 39 titles that topped the charts last year were sold as part of ticket or merchandise bundles.
And BTS
Without
don't do
the
that.
help of bundles and driven by the power of armies alone, BTS were able to beat a lot of historic records, such as Michael Jackson's 36-year record
Blimey, that's
and
crazy,
the
man.
Beatles' 22-year record.
Jesus.
While these musical acts are famous around the world, Sugar has said it's a great honor to be called the Beatles of the 21st century.
I like that.
At
I
the
like that
same time,
comparison.
it's a bit pressuring to be called that. We are BTS. We want to be the BTS of the 21st century. The members
I wonder who's going to be like the, you know, the BTS of the 22nd century. Someone will be called that eventually, won't they?
have always been involved in their music and engaged with their fans, even before they officially debuted. From their debut album, Too Cool for School, in 2013 to their most recent Map of the Soul 7. All 7 members have contributed as either writers
That's
and
cool
or
as well. I like
producers
that.
on
I like
every
that.
album. All of BTS are associate members of the
They're
Korean
talented
Music
people, aren't they?
Copyright Association. And as of August 2020, J-Hope, Suga, and RM were all promoted to full members of the association. They even create music that's released for free
Oh, wow.
on SoundCloud as gifts to their fans. Much of their work
Awesome,
touches on
man.
subjects like mental health, youth and female empowerment, child abuse, cyberbullying, self-love and development, and socio-economic injustices. Much of their work is also inspired by past writers and thinkers.
So,
Their
this
latest
is the
series,
thing, like,
Map of the Soul, incorporates psychological concepts by Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung. BTS is
they seem like genuinely decent people. That's something else I love about these guys, is that they seem like just genuinely decent human beings that obviously care about all these issues and want to help and support. I love that about them, the fact that they care so much and they just seem good, like good people, which, like, you know, I hugely appreciate, and the fact that I hugely respect everything that they do to try and support these causes and stuff is just
not
incredible.
afraid to use their platform to amplify underrepresented voices and issues, taking numerous risks with their career while receiving backlash from people in power. BTS are also
I
as
massively
charitable
respect
as
them for
they
that.
are talented. Throughout the years, members have been donating individually and as a group. BTS rarely publicize donations, so fans often find out about them if media organizations
Yeah,
uncover
that's
the
amazing as well.
details.
Well, they don't even want
One of
recognition for it, they
BTS's
just
few
do it.
public
That's
announcements
amazing.
was in November
Absolutely amazing.
2017 for their Love Myself campaign. They partnered with UNICEF to create a campaign aimed at protecting children and teenagers from around the world, with the hope of making the world a better place through music. BTS and their company, Big Hit Entertainment, pledged 500 million Korean won and donated 3% of the income from the sales of physical albums of the Love Yourself series, along with 6 other fundraising initiatives, including the Love
It's
Myself
amazing.
merchandise,
It's
where
amazing. It really is.
100% of its proceeds were pledged to the cause. The Love Yourself series, which contained 3 albums total, sold over 7 million copies worldwide.
Blimey.
On September 24, 2018, BTS was
Yes,
invited
this was
to
in the other
deliver a
guide.
speech about the Love Myself campaign at the United Nations General Assembly. On January 15, 2020, Formula E announced their partnership with BTS to help combat climate change. On June 3, 2020, BTS tweeted their support for Black Lives Matter. A few days later,
This is what you want. This is what you want. You need. This is what we need in the world. We need like people in influencing positions, in sort of powerful kind of positions that have a platform, to be these kind of people, to be the kind of people that care and that support causes like this and do things like they do. Like we need more of that, man, in the world. it's so awesome that they have that platform and they use it for such great causes. I just absolutely love it. I really do. The fact they give the charity, the fact they speak out against, you know, all this stuff going on in the world, the fact that they support all these awesome causes. I just wish we saw more of that, you know, because it's awesome seeing all this. And BTS just seem to really love going above and beyond to really support these causes and things. It's incredible. It really is.
Entertainment had donated $1 million to support the Black
Yeah, I heard about that.
movement.
Absolutely
When
incredible.
artists got wind of the news, they matched their $1 million donation in one day. Now,
Absolutely
these
amazing.
are just a couple of their acts of charity. With their socially conscious music, BTS created a new fandom culture that brings together fans from different national and racial identities. This led to the emergence of bilingual ARMY volunteers who translated BTS Korean lyrics and videos in their language almost real time, making the content immediately available to
That's just
non-fluent
incredible.
speakers.
I love that
We may all speak different languages,
community,
but their
the
music
ARMY
and their
communities.
message connected people from around the world with different ethnicities, background, gender, and age. BTS has also expressed their love and respect for ARMY countless of times, such as always mentioning them first during speeches, responding to fans on their social media app Weverse, showing their appreciation for ARMY projects, halting rehearsals for the Muslim prayers in Saudi Arabia. The youngest member, Jungkook, even got the fandom name tattooed on his hand.
Amazing.
Together with ARMY, they grew as individuals and as artists.
저는 굳이 영향력을 주는 거창하는 것을 안 원하고 그냥 저희를 보는 분들이 행복하고 웃을 수 있다면 그걸로
팬이란 게 진짜 뭘까 막 이런 생각을 가끔 많이 하거든요. 결국 그 사람들 때문에 저희가 무대에 서는 거라서.
I love artists that really appreciate the fans like that. It seems like a big thing in K-pop that you see a lot of, is that the artists and stuff really appreciate the fans and what the fans give them. And that's I think that's really important and huge, and I love seeing that. I've always thought that if I was ever famous to that kind of level, I'd love to kind of have that connection with fans and have that personal connection where, you know, just the thought that you have that influence and that power to basically make someone's day, make someone's week, make someone's month just by saying hello, you know, just by them being able to interact with you in some way, can just give someone so much happiness. It's just by something so simple. I just find that, like, having that influence, like, I'd want to use that. I'd want to do that as much as possible. I'd want to give back to fans as much as possible, because I just think it'd give me so much joy to give others joy like that. And I think that's the same with a lot of these guys, especially. Like, they seem to just really love having that connection and being able to kind of support people, help people, being able to interact with people. I love that about them. Any of these artists that really appreciate the fans to that level is just, I love that. Seem like just genuinely nice guys, don't they? Just genuinely down to earth, humble, nice guys.
제일 중요한 이유인 것 같아요. 저는 뭐 방송 활동도 물론 쉽지 않지만
진짜 콘서트는 그냥 제가 이 방탄소년단을 하고 있는 이유가 맞는 것 같아요. 참 다행히도 내가 원래 하고 싶었던 이 메시지 하고 싶었던 음악들을 하고 있어서 참 다행이라고 생각을 해요. 그렇기 때문에 되게 그렇게 살고 있는 것 같아요. 긍정적인 에너지를 줬어.
Yeah.
일단 이
I
일을
love that.
좋아하는 거, 이 일을 사랑하고 너무 좋아하는 게 되게 큰 영향을 주는 것 같아요. 왜냐면 이 일을 하기 싫고 실증이 나고 하면은 무대 위에서도 나타나기 때문에 이 일을 굉장히 사랑하기 때문에 내가 무대 위에서 퍼포먼스를 할 수 있고 노래를 할 수 있는 것 같아요. 계속 와서 응원해주는 모습 그리고 이렇게 저희를 진심으로 좋아해주는 그런 표정들 힘들 때 그런 표정들이 저에게 더
Oh, it just seems such nice guys, man. Such nice guys.
저희를 알아봐 주신 여러분들이라면 여러분의 꿈이 아니더라도 여러분의 삶, 여러분의 인생에 언젠가 저희의 존재가, 저희의 음악이, 저희의 무대가, 저희의 사진, 영상이 여러분한테 아주 조금이라도
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
100을 99, 98, 97
Yes, yes. Oh,
그걸로 저희의
I love that.
가치는 충분합니다. 정말 사랑합니다.
I love that. That's perfect. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. That idea of like, if you're in that position, it's so easy for you to just give someone else happiness, even if it's just a bit of happiness, just something to help that person, to make that person's day. It's just the thought of having that much influence and being able to do that. I want to be doing that all the time, and I just love that these guys seem to have that feeling of like we just enjoy going out there and making people happy. And that's that, you know, and I love that about them. I really do. It's
Their
amazing.
love for ARMY has also helped them decide on re-signing another 7-year contract with Big Hit
Excellent.
Entertainment. They mentioned doing it for their fans and not for money. So while people
And you can
often
tell that they
respect
genuinely
BTS's
mean that as well.
talent, likening their popularity to superficial aspects that come with the image of a boy band, it is their development of personalities and sincerity towards their art and their fans that made their fandom the size and reach that it has become. I hope people will come to realize that BTS is more than just their singing and their dancing skills. They're not just performers, but artists who have healed and inspired millions of people around the world. For a deeper dive into BTS, please refer to these websites, apps, and ARMY accounts to stay updated. We're also working on more video projects and a website, so stay tuned.
Absolutely awesome. I love that. I love that. I love that it went so far into, you know, the meaning of behind the band and the meaning that they're trying to portray, and like you say, that sincerity and that genuine care and stuff that they have. I love that it went into all that, and it's awesome to see that. And I think people need to see that. You know, a lot of people I know that kind of, you know, when I say I'm into K-pop and all that kind of stuff, it's a bit, you know, it becomes a bit of a joke because it's like, oh, K-pop, you know, but people just kind of dismiss it a lot. Even now, even as big as it is, you know, there's still that element that will just kind of naturally dismiss it. And seeing something like this, I think, is really important, even with BTS as well. So if you say BTS's name, certain people will be like, oh, BTS, they're just, you know, a cheesy boy band, you know, whatever. People don't realise that actually there's so much more to them. And this kind of video is perfect for that, for just introducing people and going, actually, this is what BTS are, you know, and this is why they're important, and this is why they've got the following and the popularity that they have. It's just amazing. It's absolutely amazing to watch. I'm really glad I watched it. Thank you so much, guys, for introducing me to that video and telling me to watch it, because like I say, the last guide was really fun. I enjoyed doing it, finding out about the members and all that, but this just gives you a different idea of who BTS are, different information, which I really appreciate. I'm assuming, as I say, that this is a part 1. I assume there'll be a part 2. I'm guessing if that comes out, I'll of course do it. I absolutely love this. But yeah, like I say, this just gets me even more excited for getting into this group and seeing what they have to offer, because I appreciate everything that they are and everything they do. You know, they're perfect in that sense. I really respect them hugely after watching that. So I can't wait to check them out even more. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please, if you enjoy this reaction, drop us a like, drop us a comment, and of course subscribe to my lovely self. Join the Brit K-Pop Reacts family. That would be incredible. As I say, if you are an ARMY, there will be more BTS reactions. I'm doing every MV in order. That is the plan. So please stick around for that. That would be incredible. Join me on my journey. And I'll see you next time, guys. Serenge. I love you all. Goodbye.